Coming up on today's show, we're going to be talking some recruiting, of course, because what else is going on right now for Alabama football? Also, Charlie Potter of Bama Online dropped an article talking about some potential team captains for Alabama next season. So we're going to talk about that on today's show. But I want you guys as well to turn on your notifications. Every single time we drop a video here at the Alabama Football Report, I want you guys to get a notification for it. Go back to where you first subscribed. Change or hit the bell icon. Change it from personalized to all so you do not miss out on any Alabama Football Report videos. All right, first up on today's show, five-star wide receiver Ethan Feaster has reclassified from the 2027 recruiting class to now the 2026 recruiting cycle. Feaster is definitely one of the top wide receivers in this now 2026 recruiting class. He is still, sometimes when you go from, 2027 to 2026, you go from a 5-star to a 4-star. That did not happen with Feaster. Right now in the 247 Sports composite rankings, he is still a 5-star, number 23 player overall, the number 4 player in this wide receiver class, and also the number 3 player from DeSoto, Texas. And he had a phenomenal season in his, I guess it was his sophomore season there at DeSoto. 57 receptions, 824 yards, and 13 touchdowns as well. As a freshman, also, he ran a 22.01 second 200-meter dash. That is screaming fast for a freshman. And then back as a 7th grader, he ran an 11.29 100-meter dash. So this is definitely a kid that can fly. And also in his time at Texas, he does have a little bit of a relationship with Keelon Russell as well, Alabama's quarterback from the 2025 recruiting class. So we'll see if that can, give Alabama some positive vibes there with Feaster. Some of his top schools right now, he does have an official top 12, but according to On3, these are really kind of what it sounds like are his top 4 schools. He had LSU and USC kind of 1A and 1B at the moment right now, and he does have official visits set up for those 2 schools as well, but Texas A&M, Alabama are also still in the mix. He did also tell On3 that he's looking into a visit for Alabama sometime in June, so I would expect an Alabama visit to be put in there for an official visit for him. Also says that he could take a spring visit to Tuscaloosa as well. Plans on making his official decision where he's going to end up going to college after he takes his official visits sometime before his senior season. And he also did credit Ryan Williams to kind of why he ended up reclassifying to this 2026 class. This is what he told On3. He said, "I brought it up to my parents last year when Ryan did it, but I was joking, just playing. I already had the credits to do it, and when they thought about it, they were like, yeah, he should do it. I'll admit I was kind of hesitant about it, but I talked with my coaches and my folks, and they said that they felt like it was the right move, and it's less contact on my body. I'll have that extra year." That's a very good point right there as well. Want to be able to conserve that body, especially going, to college, and if he goes to the UFC or SEC, what am I talking about? I have UFC on the brain right now. If he's going to end up playing in the SEC, definitely going to have some wear and tear on that body before he ends up going to the NFL. So let me know here in the comments section at the pinned comment of today's video. Name a must-get wide receiver in this 2026 recruiting cycle. There's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of really talented players, but let me know who you guys think at the pinned comment of today's video. That ad's going to come here on YouTube. That is totally fine. Get down there. Let me know what you guys think. Next up, we're going to talk about Cincere Johnson here. He ended up scheduling an official visit to Alabama. Almost the top 100 guys, sitting at 117 overall in the 247 Sports composite rankings. He ended up falling just a little bit. I think he was the number 7 linebacker just a couple weeks ago. But, with camps and everything like that going on, there's a lot of shuffling that goes into these recruiting rankings. Out of Cleveland, Ohio, the number 4 player out of the state of Ohio. And right now, Alabama and Ohio State really do seem like the top 2 teams for him. Remember, last month he visited both Oklahoma and Alabama as well. This is a guy whose body size is already definitely SEC caliber type, 6'3", 225 pounds. Some of his official visits that he's scheduled here already: Clemson on March 8th, Alabama on May 31st, Oklahoma on June 6th, and then June 13th to Ohio State, and then USC will get the last official visit for Cincere Johnson on June 20th. Want to give a shout out to our friends over at Fanatics as well. You guys can go over to chatsports.com/CFB hoodies, and you guys can get up to 50% off on Alabama hoodies. They've also got quarter zips and other things like that, crew necks. So do not miss out. There should be a little clickable link over there in the corner of your screen as well. So go over to chatsports.com/CFB hoodies. You guys can get up to 50% off. Bama Online's Charlie Potter also wrote an article listing listing 8 potential team captains for Alabama in the 2025 season. There's a lot of players that you could definitely think about for that team captain role. Obviously, the only guy coming back who was the team captain last year was Deontay Lawson, and he did also make the list. Parker Brailsford, Caden Proctor, Tim Keenan. I love having guys along the offensive and defensive line as a part of your team captain and your team leadership. Also got Jeremy Bernard, Keon Sabb, Damani Jackson as well. And he did also list whoever the quarterback is going to be for Alabama. So I thought that was very interesting as well. Whether or not it's going to be Ty Simpson, Austin Mack, Keelon Russell, I think it kind of depends on who it's going to be if one of those guys were to be a team captain for Alabama next season. But I do think there are a lot of very good leaders on this team. And I think, if you look at a guy like Ty Simpson, I think the team kind of does rally around him a little bit. So that is another potential name for a team captain for Alabama next season. So let me know here in the comments section. Look, Alabama probably is going to have 4 captains next year. I want you to predict one. Name a potential team captain for Alabama next season. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section of today's show. Now, last year, you had a couple team captains, and like I mentioned, Deontay Lawson is the only one returning for next season. You also had Jalen Milroe, Tyler Booker, and Malachi Moore as a team captain as well. And if you remember back, when Kalen DeBoer first took over as Alabama's head coach, the team voted for the team captains at the beginning of the 2024 season. And I do think that this is partially the reason why Kalen DeBoer felt like he couldn't bench Jalen Milroe anytime during year one. I think that is really the best way that you can lose a locker room, is if you're going out there and benching your team captain, especially at that quarterback position. And I don't think the quarterback will be a team captain in 2025, or really should be the team captain in 2025. That would just kind of, for one, give away who ends up winning that starting job. Now, maybe somebody goes out there in the spring and they absolutely clearly, they're the clear-cut guy to win that starting quarterback job for Alabama. But I do think Ty Simpson, as of right now, probably is that guy, that leader for that starting quarterback spot. So if he goes out there and does it, maybe you can name him as a team captain. But I don't know, man. If Austin Mack or Keelon Russell wins it, I think you kind of got to go a different way with that, being a team captain here in 2025. But like I said, I do think Ty Simpson is the favorite to win that job right now. Maybe they even announce that starting quarterback during fall practice, and it doesn't really matter at all. But honestly, I wish they voted at the end of the season, kind of like how they used to, because it really does make it difficult for a coach to bench a quarterback if he is indeed your team captain. Make sure you guys are also subscribed right here to the Alabama Football Report. We're just 123 subscribers away to 23.5 thousand subs. We've got Bama coverage here all off season. We're talking basketball a little bit as well. Now the basketball team's getting a little bit better here, and they've been having really a phenomenal season. So do not miss out. Hit that sub button. It's youtube.com/@RollTideTV.